Up next is some great greatness. Subject is Velvet Sky. Hey guys, I was watching the Impact 1000 episode, which featured the return of Velvet Sky. What I want to know is, how is it possible she never made it to WWE? I know that we live in snowflake times, but let's just be realistic here. She's hot as one of the hottest women in the history of wrestling. She should really have been a model instead of a wrestler, but it's baffling to me that Piper never can make it to WWE, while Velvet Sky is making indie appearances or getting short-term deals in Impact, NBA, etc. K100, do you happen to know if there's a reason why she never got the shot? Does Velvet Sky have a bad reputation backstage? P.S. I really loved your interview with Bobby Fish. It was nice to hear a guy willing to speak his mind. We always speak our mind, so it was nice to hear a guy come on our show to speak. It's funny. Like, I wonder if Bobby Fish felt like he can come on our show and speak his mind, and like is worried about speaking his mind on other shows. Like so,
I guess
bro,
real quick on Bobby D. I guess enough time had passed because when I first contacted Bobby about coming on, he was
right?
pretty specific. Like, man, I don't want to dig into the dirt. Really, I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
really?
Punk. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, but that was months ago. So when he came on, he
Right?
just let loose.
Because we keep it 100 here. Like,
Right.
if
Plus,
people's
plus,
feelings
let
are
me
going
tell
to
you
get
something
hurt,
to
like,
Joe. Let me explain something to Joe Di real quick. Okay, a lot of people, Joe, had now heard about the K100 rub. Dominic Mysterio,
right.
Rey Mysterio again. When they weren't doing nothing with him, then he's on our show. Guess what? He's a U.S. champion.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
the
you're
two Canadian boys that are up in AW
2.0.
got hired mysteriously after they were on our show. Bro, he wanted to get the rub. Fish, we just gave it to you. You're welcome.
Okay, I got a
Velvet.
lot to say about Velvet Sky. I
Yeah.
Velvet Sky is my favorite female wrestler of all time. Okay,
Mhm.
because she embraced the concept of sex appeal. She wasn't the best worker on the planet, but she was serviceable, which is all you need to be when you're that hot. And she good on the mic, very
Yeah.
intelligent. She's like educated, like she looks fantastic.
And not
Still.
only that, and
Go
let me
ahead.
tell you, bro, she could cut a promo, and she also was kind of like a girl's guy in that she likes sports. That you
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like she
and
don't,
like metal. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like she don't give. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. That's very weird because I've never heard any stories about her backstage. I've worked with her maybe once or twice. Both times she seemed very cool. Oh no, no, she worked in AAA too, and she was very cool.
We
I
should
mean,
get her on the
so
show. She's very smart, entertaining, opinionated. Plus,
Yep.
too, she's like she's she's got a very interesting list of guys she's dated in the business. Like she
oh, I
dated
didn't
Shane
know that.
Helms. Oh, she
Bully.
dated
Really?
Shane for a while. She dated
Long
Chris
time.
Sabin
You
for
know
a
what
while.
Shane
And
Helms reminds me of? Let me just say this. Let me before you finish. Shane Helms reminds me of a little bit of like, remember that guy Scott Bale?
yes,
Okay, I didn't know this, but I read this not too long ago. Like when he was young, he was smashing everything.
Yeah.
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And I
Cam
think Shane
Anderson.
Helms is the same way. Anything that was in the North Carolina, South Carolina, area was probably he was smashing.
Well, it's very interesting because Shane was always dating in the business for a while. Then he
Was
started
he?
dating. He dated a girl outside the business. Like he brought her in the club and
Who
stuff.
did he
I
date in the
met her.
business? I don't remember.
Velvet Sky and Daphne.
I think
I didn't
Victoria.
know he was dating
If I'm not
Daphne
mistaken. If
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
wrong,
he
I'm
was.
sorry. Yeah.
No, he was hanging out. He was him and Daphne
when
were
she was
were
in
you know
WCW.
yes yeah I was on. I think it
Yeah,
was on
bro.
the.
That's
It
those are
wasn't
my
so much.
Soma years. Those are
Everybody
known
knew
as
it. Right,
the
right,
me and Raven share this moniker. Those were the lost years.
right.
Okay.
But
So
Velvet Sky, she I think she's a Yankee fan and stuff.
I
But
believe
she
so.
she
Yeah.
likes sports.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
very like yeah.
Yeah, bring her on.
And I thought
Yeah,
I
get
always
it.
thought
Joe would like that.
she was super
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Put
Yeah, I
put
don't.
her
and
on the list
and
too.
then let's be honest, bro. The beautiful people that should have been a WWE gimmick.
Right.
That was
That
a
got over super
perfect.
big.
They
Bro,
used to
didn't
Right.
get
it
the.
like
They
Yeah.
used to draw the highest quarter hours. Yeah.
they were
Always.
drawing super numbers, and
I'm
so it's
Hmm.
surprised they
fascinating to
didn't.
me
That's a good point. That's a very yeah.
why did they not bring them into the WWE? They were
You know what
drawing
they
massive rating jumps in Impact, and
it,
like
w-
you
it
would have think like, well, who are we gonna get? Let's get those two, but they never did. It was I don't know. I'd love
yeah,
to
that
know
was
if there was a
definitely made for
yeah,
WWE gimmick. Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angelina was in developmental and got cut, and that's when she went to Impact. And Velvet
Really?
like was on the periphery. She would do heat matches and stuff, and then like you said, she dated Shane, so she was around. And then she was around later when she dated Bully Ray, and he came back and said, like, I'm sure they are well aware who she is. I don't know why she never got a shot. I agree with Di.
Okay,
Like,
you said Disco. She dated some guys in the business. Who? So she dated Shane and who else?
Saban.
And Bubba
Saban.
Ray,
And Bubba
She
Ray.
was dating
Saban.
Yeah, Saban.
Yeah.
Okay, Saban. All right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because people figured, I think people used that as a reason years ago. What Velvet's not going to go to WWE because her and Shane broke up or something, right? But after Shane
Bro,
got
he
that,
didn't have
he
that
was in
type
that,
of juice.
right? That's just internet. Because when he had
Right.
that motorcycle accident, the first person to kind of put together like a GoFundMe and have his back was Velvet, and they weren't dating anymore, you know. So
Well, I didn't
there you
know
go.
that.
Yeah.
See, that's why it's good. Anything that's either romance or dating, or serial killers or Boy Scouts, Joe's the guy to go to. All right.